Okay, what is the Uniformed Service Members Employment and Reemployment Rights Act, or USERRA as it's commonly called? This act is made to provide protections to National Guardsmen or military reservists or civilians as part of a public safety government mobility team with assurance that if they're called to duty, to active duty, and have to leave their job or place of employment for an extended period of time, that after the deployment or the call up by the government ends, that those individuals can go back to their employer and regain their previous position without any detriment. That is, they don't lose any benefits or privileges, etc., during that time. Specifically, one of those rights is the ability to continue health coverage the entire time and not to have a break or loss of health coverage. And that period's up to 24 months during the period of activation. So basically the way it works is, so with activations to active duty, particularly in the military, a reservist or a guardsman would receive orders that they have to show up for training. Now, it could be annual training for 2 weekends or a month long, or it could be a long-term deployment for several months or even over a year. Okay. And they would have to leave their employment and become active duty members of the armed forces and take part in military training and then do whatever deployment or effort that their service branch requires of them. Once that service is over, the guardsman or reservist would exit the military unit that they were in and go back to a reserve status where they simply have routine drills and then an annual training obligation. So at that point in time, they could go back and resume full-time work or practice at their prior employer. Now, the problem is that oftentimes these employees are discriminated against in that they are given poor conditions of employment when they return. They're not given their jobs back at all. They lose certain benefits or privileges that they had while they were there, and they suffer a detriment because of their public service. And that's the crux of the act, to protect against individuals being disincented from participating in these worthwhile public service organizations because of fear that it will affect their long-term future or livelihood.